Peki. Das raucht doch schon, oder? Ay Kezban. Adam için. Napoli kalkacak çünkü. Ya devrim ne yani? Ay Kezban.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Di Lorenzo finds himself in the starting lineup. Jim, what would you say are his most notable qualities?
Well, he's possibly the kind of player...
Oh, smashing header! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Now it's Shevchenko.
Hangi?
Elmas.
Oraya hiç yer görmedim.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he's well positioned here. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And it's Seedorf. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Ay Kezban, araçmış team arası ama biz nasıl sağlayacağız?
Thuram. Seedorf. Batistuta. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Politano. And it's De Bruyne. Batistuta. Elmas. Now McTominay. Now it's Lukaku. Played out to the right. Now it's Politano. He has found the way through. De Bruyne. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And that has left him in a heap.
Lovely.
And it's Di Lorenzo. De Bruyne can see things others simply cannot. That'll be a throw-in. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Elmas.
Bunlar.
That's a cute ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Nakata.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And they've got a throw.
Tule nada.
Turan is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Politano. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now it's Lukaku. Nakata. He steps in and that's the end of that. Di Lorenzo. Can he get it through? And it's McTominay. Played out wide. Chooses to go cross-field. Zanetti. Referee's given a throw. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Seedorf. Out to the right. Played back in. Oh, good take and a good try to shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Politano. Di Lorenzo. McTominay. Politano. And it's Kaka. Wriggles his way through. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Batistuta. Elmas.
What a shot,
given away a free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Elmas. No, he is not giving anything away. And it's Kaka. They want to be quick to recover this. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass. And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too and sets up a decent chance to go on.
And the first half is done. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 20. Lascia il campo per
Here we go again.
Numero 99.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Batistuta. Oh, important interception. Anguissa. Buongiorno. And it's Anguissa. That's a good run down the left.
Լնարանը, թողեց գնաց արա։
Nakata. And Mateus.
Վայ,
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Politano picks it up out wide. There's the shot!
արա լավ,
Great effort, beautifully taken.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Seedorf. Batistuta. McTominay. Down by a goal. Needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Kaká. He's found some... Kaká! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception. Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Milan have their second corner now. McTominay with the clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Probing pass.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Oh, easy pickings there.
Mateus.
So far, Tim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
De Bruyne. De Bruyne hurtling down that right flank. McTominay. Zanetti. Oh, lovely bit of skill. He's found a way through. Nakata did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that pass isn't the best. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And nicely intercepted. Kaká. Great vision. Can he get on the end of this? Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Politano. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple. Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
And it's Kaká. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And they've got rid. Anguissa. McTominay. And here's Lukaku. And it's made its way to him. Up he goes! A small kindly here. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, at least he was in the right position and he reacted quickly enough. The manager will like that.
Looking for options for movement. And he was alert to it.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Kaká. He's shifting through the gears here. Zanetti, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Kaká showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Not That's a little off target. Anguissa. And that's going right the way across.
Ci sarà un minuto
Vai
di recupero.
terracucina,
Will be a
vai
throw-in.
terracucina.
And
Vai
that will be it.
terracucina.
Quite a game, and one that was
It's
always
so
on a
very
knife
well,
edge
it's
until the
so
very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort.
Որը լավ արա, ոնց վերցնես Նապոլի խաղացող չկար արա։ Նայել առաջին դիվիզիոնի թիմը հավաքել է սախր։ Բայց ինչ թիմ վերցան լավ ախտը, Նապոլի չլի խաղացող լինի մեջը։ Ինտերում ով կա։ Ատալանտա, Կոմո, Միլան։ Լավ է ինտեր վերցան։ Արելի մտածել։ Ինտեր փորձենք լավ չկա։ Լավ է, ինչ ես, լաուտարիո, մաուտարիո, իմը ես ոնց խաղացում եմ, կարելի խաղացող չկարա։ Արա բավոր թիմը վերցեմ արա։ Դումֆրիս։ Բավոր շարժ չկարա։ Ինչ անեմ լավ։
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, a player I've been looking at for quite a while now, Pete.
Kilicsoy!
Goal,
And what a start!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Barella did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Serginho. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Barella. And he's managed to get free. Ricci. Barella. Serginho. That's good pressure, closed him down quickly. That is a great pick out. Tomori calmly anticipates. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Martinez is onto it in a flash. Kılıçsoy does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Serginho chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted. Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be...
There's the shot! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And it's De Bruyne. That has been slung wide. Nicely shaped cross. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Kılıçsoy. He's had it taken off him. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Rafael Leao. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Kılıçsoy. That's been cut out, well played. Dumfries. And it's De Bruyne. Nicely shaped ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Good read, needed to be. Serginho. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Zanetti. And he's had it nicked away. Can he get on the end of this? He has found the way through. Now that is a hefty challenge. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Zanetti. Zanetti carries the ball down the right. Terrific header! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Inter Milan are still behind as we reach out for half-time. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Bastoni. Di Marco. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Dumfries. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Serginho. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Martinez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise.
And he has been fouled there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Serginho showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Bastoni. Serginho. Di Marco. To Barella. Martinez. To Barella. And the referee brings the first half to a close. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Inter certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day.
Как только мяч у тебя не ускоряется.
Signore e signori, chiunque abbia parcheggiato l'auto sulla strada all'esterno dello stadio è pregato di rimuoverla. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 7. Viene sostituito.
Here's the start of the second half.
Numero 6. Attenzione, una
I think it'll be
sostituzione.
fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Serginho. Inter Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Oh, red, nice interception. Çalhanoğlu. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. De Bruyne. Now it's Thuram. And it's Darmian. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Serginho. Kilishoy. He's found the way through. Real chance! And it's there! And the lead is extended still further. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And he's done it again, he's got his second. Milan find a position of real strength now.
There they go, hunting again. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Defending was strong and firm. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Serginho. Inter Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Great pressure, plenty of it. Out towards the flank. He is through here. Just somewhat off target. And it's McKennie. Now it's Rafael Leao. Chance, surely! Zanetti. Çalhanoğlu. Antonetti. Martinez. De Bruyne. Now it's Barella. And this is De Bruyne. In it comes. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Serginho. And this is De Bruyne. And De Bruyne! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Իսկական Ինտերի թիմն է։
Inter Milan
I
with their
think
first
so.
corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Milan are looking to go forward now. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, they could be caught out here. Di Marco. De Bruyne. And it's Damian. Bastoni gets over and intercepts. Barella receives it in a good position here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance! He has done it! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
It's become a case of men against ball. Goes for a shot! Oh, crossbar! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
Oh, such good technique as well. That was exquisite. It's a real shame he couldn't find the finish after that.
Now that's well seen too. What a throw in. And that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you...
Արա որ թիմը վերցեմ մեջը խաղացողնի։ Չեմ ջոգը մարա։ Բայց որը վերցեմ մարա։ Սա զիպիլ է նրա։ Լավ մի լավ վերցենք։ Խաղացող չկա մեջը, մտ պաշտպանա մտ կիսապը։ Турецкий сервер в игре уже. В игре уже. Я не знаю, брат. Брастепчика хавцова хпелара. Кезбан. Ինչ վերցեմ լավ։ Утром Павлович. Защитник. Лав защитник.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. We have already started here. Pavlovic gets over and intercepts. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
And
that pass just didn't quite work. Now it's Selmakers. Nicely spread. The less said about that pass, the better. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this fella, Mignon, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint.
Chance for a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Decent enough try.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Ricci for Salamakers. And it's Ricci. And he's been shifted off it. And the pass is intercepted. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Adriano. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Pavlovic has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience.
Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Adriano goes on a charge down the left. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And he's chosen to go back. Goes looking wide. This looks promising. Oh, no joy this time. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Chance here to counter. Salmakers. Serginho kept his eye on it, and he's there. Milan still without a single shot on target. Can he spark a counter here? Pass is just off target. Bullet gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. That has been cut short. So what can they make of this? Now it's Pato. Takes aim and a chance! And he's done it! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Threads one in. De Bruyne receives it in a wide position. De Bruyne crosses.
Oh no!
It's there! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
The most accurate pass.
Oh!
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne can so cleverly bypass the press. Tries to cross. He rises! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Salamakers!
What a love,
And now a sudden chance to counter. Bullet. That has not gone well. And it's Salamakers. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Great chance!
Ay kes.
Now, can they get him away? It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And he's certainly... Big chance! Goal! Milan! And the comeback is complete!
Yeah. Es ist Bonner, gering. Չէ թիմ ուներ արա։ Հա, մտանք դիվիզիոն ոբշե։ 50 աչու։ Մտանանք։ Всё կա։ Debas. Ախպերեսի։ Հավայի մոմենտալ ուշեսանից մի ամիտ խփես էլավ չէ։ Նրանք պետք չեն։ Ես ինչա։ Centralin merra ve sicuramente talo. Kagawa is here. Other side. Other account. Other account, брат. Օրեսի թիմ ունի արա։
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. So we're up and running. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want. Now it's Berbatov. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
He's not
played the ball, that's a foul. Olise. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That's an imaginative pass. Shot, surely! Zanetti gets rid without sophistication. And it's Lopez. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tries from distance. Gave it a go, but off target.
Yeah, it seemed the right range, and I guess it was worth a try.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Smoothly does it. Yamal, quarter of an hour played. Berbatov, and into the grateful arms of the keeper. Barcelona are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's nice. Del Piero. Zanetti. Seedorf. Feyenoord finding their passes. Roberto Carlos.
Such good technique.
Flashes it across. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Feyenoord with the corner. They're first. And it's been taken short. The ball goes in. Up he goes! And he's there to belt it away. Pele. Boyan. And it's De Jong. Frimpong. Zanetti. Elise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Elise, good strong midfield running here. Del Piero. Almost half an hour in now. He's in a great position here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Schlotterbeck, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Berbatov, and the shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! This time surely! And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
Hops for safety. Kubasi. Played out to the left flank. And it's Bojan. That's a cute ball. He's being urged to shoot. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Elise. It's a searching pass. Pele unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Tries to pass it through. Roberto Carlos played in, climbs up big. Goal! Feyenoord! And it's Feyenoord who take the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Feyenoord are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Feyenoord are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And it's hoisted clear. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. And that has been cleared. Schlotterbeck. Фեռмин. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yamal. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the game has already resumed here.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Could be danger here. Pele gets through on his own, shoots! Really well taken goal. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now it's Bojan. Chance for a shot! He's got a goal! Back to within one! Interesting! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will, and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Barcelona really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Running strong and purposeful. Quarter of an hour into the second half. That's a good run down the left. Ambitious ball here. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That has been cut short. Schlotterbeck. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And it's Lopez. Fermin will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Bojan Kurkic going face-to-face with his great rival. Fermin. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Sends it crossfield. Now it's Yamal. Has a look and plays it forward. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence. Tries a shot! He can get that clear. Del Piero. And it's Seedorf. A probing pass. Oh, important interception.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That has snuffed out the danger. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good ball, that too.
Decent progress down the left. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
De Jong plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now who's going to be first to this? Elise, Zanetti.
Barcelona really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
That's good running with the ball. Roberto Carlos. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. It's a pretty loose pass. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Berbatov. And he skips past his man, looking here to chip it through. Oh, that was vital. And that will be the final act. Barcelona perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of
Vay ara.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. Well, we're on the way.
Frimpong.
With 200 games under his belt now, the standout name from both lineups.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon, Jim?
Yeah, and he's proven himself to be quite a player in the last 199, Peter. Flexible, adaptable, showing a real tactical aptitude. And
De Jong! Just wouldn't stay down for him.
De Jong most definitely hit it with a lot of venom and little control. It carried hardly any danger.
Schlotterbeck. De Jong. And Danny Olmo. Knocks it out wide. Danny Olmo. Yamal. He's found a way through. This looks promising. Koeman, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Berbatov, spread it left. Bojan Krkic has it in a wide position. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Zanetti. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now it's Lopez. He's picked his way through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed. That's going in strongly.
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. That looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
the keeper. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Nice control. Shapes to shoot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That has been cut short. De Jong. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
It's run loose here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Barcelona are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. That's tidy. Tries to pass it through. That'll be a corner. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. That is a brilliant... Yamal! It goes to show he is human after all.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Frimpong gets over and intercepts. Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Brazil look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
And he's had a hit! Well now, oh, what has happened here? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he's managed to get free. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Yamal cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Фեռмин going full tilt down the left. Schlotterbeck. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now Schlotterbeck.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Yamal gets into some space. He's shifting through the gears here. Now it's Lopez. Schlotterbeck. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Barcelona can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 22.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Fermin. He's chosen to go back. Out towards the flank. Zanetti, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Lots of pressure there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Barcelona are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Perez. Mbappe. Yamal. Perez. De Jong with the slide tackle there. And that has left him in a heap. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Brazil finding their passes.
Brazil really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Lopez. Fermin going face to face with his great rival. And that's another good win of the ball. De Jong. Shifted it to the flank. That is ended up in no man's land. Tonali. Brazil do have a chance to counter here. That's been cut out, well played. Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Tries a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Bojan. Just about up to 75 minutes. Yamal. Now it's Mbappe. Frimpong. Now it's Yamal. Well, that's a little loose. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Showing good feet. Now there's a fine ball. Can he finish? Brilliant by De Jong. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredibly.
And a chance! Really well taken goal. And they are dragging it back. Game on again. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
And the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Perez. He has found the way through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And here's Owen. Mbappe, here's onto this. Jorginho. Chance! And it's come back out to him. Goal! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Ball square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Tonali. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And that's it. Decent game of football, that intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated.
Սկրիպտներ են հավքում, էլի ապե որ խաղցող առնես, չեմ առնելու ապե вообще։ Ջղայնցնում են որ ներվայնս ասես դե արիստ է։ Ու թքիկ դուք էտե ապե, թե սկա առնեմ։ Աննասուն խաղ էր արա, ուրս սորի վրա։ Աննասուն խաղ ապեր։ Մեռած է բանը։ Հայ քեզ բան արա։ Խայտարակ ճոկը։
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. Well, Jim, the name Albert Ferrer is certainly familiar to English football fans of a certain vintage.
Yeah, and he's remembered with a great deal of affection as a pacey and tough tackling defender who always gave his all.
And was a bit of a character.
He was.
De Jong, Berbatov. Yamal receives it in a wide position. Oh, this looks sharp. And Dani Olmo. Kubasi. And Guardiol. Some good work on the right flank here. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Barcelona, without doubt, seeing more of the ball and looking to turn it now into something meaningful. De Jong. And it's De Jong.
Now
it's Williams. And that could set him on his way. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Vardiol. Bojan. This is De Jong. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Yamal could try cutting inside here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Gets a good foot in there. And here's Berbatov.
Look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Zanetti. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Over to the left. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. De Jong. That has been slung wide. Strong running down that left flank. Very nicely done. Now here's the delivery. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. But that has not gone well. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Milan have it back and can go again. Olise. Yamal. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Dani Olmo. He's in plenty of space here. Bojan Krkić has it in a wide position. He's having a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. That was easy, almost too easy.
It's shocking, the ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Chooses to go back. He's tried one! Well, that is rather wayward.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Schlotterbeck is there, and he can pick it up. That's beautifully weighted. Decent chance! Fantastic from Olise! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They win a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Milan
grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Fernando Torres. Good ball over the top. Vardiol deals with that comfortably. Bojan. Throw it.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Bojan. And it's De Jong.
Helena ya. Let's the pass ara.
Threads one in. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Kezdi.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Barcelona get the ball rolling for the second period.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
De Jong can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, good spread. Yamal. Robertson does really well to win the ball there. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Rijkaard gets it away. And it's De Jong. Milan are looking to go forward now. That's a shade optimistic. Barcelona different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Distributed tidily. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's gone route one. Spread out to the left. It looked, could be danger here. That's a throw. Zanetti.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Knocks it into space. He's in a good position here. Real chance! Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper.
Save from Carl. Well, would you believe that? It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
De Jong. Oh, it's played into the... Gets his head on it! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! A lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona take the lead. And he is going into that little black book.
Arada toxağın qıcbıçlı ara.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 6.
Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile. The man pulling the strings.
Looking for the run. Oh, he's bustling Torres! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Dyke kept his eye on it, and he's there. Elise. Vinicius Junior. Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He is through here. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Neither of these two want to come off second best. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, it's a vigorous challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And he's running through. That's pretty clear, it is a foul. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8.
Hazard with a real chance here. Looking to widen the gap even further here.
Messi, il numero 19. Attenzione, un cambio.
Hazard! Hazard! The man's a genius! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Two to the good, and they are... And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Signore e signori,
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And already we're underway here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Olise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside and find a little bit of space and then do serious damage. But potential was always in his game from a very young age, and he's realising that potential now, and he really is growing into something quite devastating.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Now it's Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in tries a cross. Yamal. Olise. He's got away. Yamal. And the flag has stayed down. Olise. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. To open the scoring. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Nicely spread. Now it's Yamal. He's picked his way through. Semenyo. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Mendes wins the duel this time. Rafael Leao could try cutting inside here. Zanetti. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal, and the score is 1-0. He has found the way through. Vardiol kept his eye on it, and he's there. And here's Semenyo. Pinches it off him. Olise looking understandably energised after his goal. Well, played right into his path. He's found the way through. And there's the header! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Фեռмин. And it's Mendes. And Gravenberg. There's the crossfield ball. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. De Jong.
What?
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he finish? Oh, it's
Şey
in the
yandan
post.
sonra super.
It's a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Rangers grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vardiol did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nuno Mendes. played towards the other side. Koundé. Ødegaard, looking for the run. Lee Kang-in gets into some space. Not the most accurate pass. Фեռмин charging forward, the ball at his feet. De Jong defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a cute ball. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Gravenberch. And it's Ødegaard. Can he get it through? Now it's Lee Kang-in. De Jong.
Boy.
He's going for goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Rafael Leao really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. He might be in here! And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break. All sweat. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores
No
que en la tienda oficial del estadio podrán encontrar todo tipo de objetos relacionados con nuestro equipo. Cambio de jugadores.
Here's the whistle then to start the second half.
14, el dorsal 17, Berbatov.
Koundé.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 16.
Now it's Ødegaard.
El dorsal 10.
Barcelona come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Played out wide. And it's Gravenberch. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Schlotterbeck. Looking to play him in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Ambitious, but just off target.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Vardiol. Ederson punts it upfield. That's Lee Kang-in. Now it's Ødegaard. Ødegaard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. De Jong can see things others simply cannot. Now it's Olise. Now he's got space here. Look at the space. And the finish!
The record. There's a bunch of this.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Yamal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. And here's Lopez. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. And the cup, he rises! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, can he get onto this? Gravenberch, played out towards the right wing. He's in space and looking for options. Olise. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now it's Yamal. He's shifting through the gears here. Goes for a shot! He's missed, but not by that far. This is their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, sweet feet.
Boy, quit pashpanın işkana kapı.
Caresses it through. Big relief, it just needed better contact. And that's going right the way across. Oh, lovely bit of skill. And he's being shifted off it. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, good spread. Zanetti kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Azar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And that's going to be a booking.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
Both
21.
sides then taking this chance to turn to their
El
benches.
dorsal 20. El dorsal 18.
Zanetti.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 27. Cricket.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And it's Lopez. And he's managed to get free. Rangers needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Fermin. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Boyan. Nicely weighted ball.
Hey.
Koundé calmly anticipates.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Oh, easy pickings there.
2 minutos de
Played
descuento.
through for him. Oh, that's fabulous. Big chance!
Oh, but
Oh, what about that? And that may just do it. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Barcelona have emerged victorious in this match of thrills.
մի հատ է խաղանք ելնենք ուշ։ Բավեշ գալսկի։ Էս է խաղանք եթանք։ مثل خان كلنا.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And already we're underway here.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
And how he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision, make those clever little late runs. He is, for me, the ideal teammate. The perfect blend of power, speed, athleticism, technique. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody, comes close.
Pelé, the gold standard, head and shoulders above the rest. Nicely spread. He's got away. Tries to pass it through. An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Yamal.
What?
Chiellini. Bojan, he's picked his way through. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Pelé, and this is Messi. He is through here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ambitious ball here. Olise receives it in a good position here. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, that's clear cut, it's a free kick. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, he might have been looking for a gap there, Peter, but he couldn't find it.
Messi, and it's been played through. Del Piero has it in a chance for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Dani Olmo providing an outlet on that flank. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Olise. Oh, that's ambitious. I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Որոշես դուս։
Yamal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Del Piero. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Good running, strong and purposeful.
Ռնայ ուր տվեց։
Zanetti.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he has been fouled there. It's come to nothing. Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight.
Ռնայ ուր տվեց արա։ Այ քեզ բան։
He's chosen to go back.
Ի։
Messi, can he finish?
Արա լավ արա է։
Wonderful, wonderful,
Արա ջոզի
Lionel
պատասխան
Messi.
պատճառով ոնց գնաց
A
պատասխան։
finish of true class.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Can he get on the end of this? And he's managed to get free. Oh, nice touch. And it's De Jong. Here's a shot! Oh, that's a waste.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though. Barcelona truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Olise really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking response.
He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Bojan. Referee's given a throw. Frimpong. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. And it's Ed Nielsen. Zanetti calmly anticipates. And this is Del Piero. Bojan. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 20.
There's the start of the second half.
El dorsal 6.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Tar getting this one clear. And it's made its way to him. Chooses to go back. And that is wildly off target.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Bojan. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Barcelona do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that's been cleared. Barcelona have their second corner now. Can he finish? He's got a goal! Barcelona are back in business. And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Somewhat off target. Thuram.
Barcelona have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Oh, that's a fine interception. Bojan. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Yamal. De Jong.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And it's De Jong. That's very neat. Schlotterbeck. And Dani Olmo. Oh, super ball! Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo. This might shapes to shoot. Goal, Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Searching pass is played there. Nice interception, well timed. And now the breakaway. Rivaldo looking to be a menace in the final third. Oh, that's well spotted. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. De Jong. Now it's Berbatov.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Vinicius Junior. That has been slung wide. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Edmilson. Del Piero. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bojan tries to play it through, gets into some space. He's found a way through.
Ora. Չթեքվեց արավաճ։
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Bojan. Now it's Dani Olmo. Bojan Kurkic in acres of space out wide.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Արա չտվեց արա։
I think we're just about done here. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ոյ։ Հələ սրանն է
Expected
ուտվեց։
better, and so did
Ես
he.
քուն
He has found the way through. Takes on his marker. Del Piero played out towards the right wing. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he is going into that little black book.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
And that will be the final act. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win
Sure.
earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Vinicius Junior voted man of the match.
Հələ վտար, հələ վրա տարիս։ Ոնց խփում են մտնեմ ալստը։ Բարդ Վերբրուգեն։ Թորված երկրորդ տեղն է թիմ ուներ։ Ճանշել եմ պես եմ։ Հա գնացի բարի գիշեր, спокойной ночи։